I want to show you how to maximize your time as a copywriter by giving you 17 productivity tools. These are exact same tools that took me from an $800 a month valet driver back when I was still in college, being a good college boy, going to school, getting my pictures taken, come out making absolutely no money, to then making $60K a month a few years later as a writer and entrepreneur. Here you can see me hanging out with Charlie Morgan and me making $24,000 in just the past 12 days. So yeah, I want to show you guys the tools that allow me to do this. Now, obviously, there's a lot more that went into my success, mainly being God. God gave me the success. But these tools were a huge part of my journey. I want to give them to you today and give them up in a nice little package so that you can make a lot of money without spending so much time as well. So there's 3 steps really to making a ton of money without you having a lot of effort being put in. The first step is time acquisition. So you need to get more time back. If you don't have a lot of time right now, how are you going to get money? How are you going to make any money? How are you going to grow a business unless you have time? So we have to get time back. Next, we have to figure out, how do we allocate that time that you get back? How do you do the right stuff instead of the wrong stuff with that time that you have? And then thirdly, people always forget about this, is time systemization. How do we make it a lot easier for you to succeed? And then how do we reinvest that time back into getting more time, which then feeds this whole cycle of you just doing higher and higher leverage stuff, making more and more money with less and less of your time. That is how I'm able to make $60K a month. So let's jump right into it. Now, to be honest with you, I'm going to gatekeep some of the best stuff for last. That way for the TikTok gremlins don't make it to the good stuff. So shout out to you guys who actually have attention spans. I'm going to save that for the end, all this crazy stuff. And we're going to go over the basics first because you guys need this the most. Right now, you think you don't have time because you go to school, because you work, because of all these things. You are just deluding yourself. Open up your phone right now and tell me how much screen time you have, right? You waste all this time on TikTok, on Netflix, on YouTube. Maybe you're watching these videos thinking, oh, I'm being productive. We're not doing any work, okay? So the first step for those of you that have balls is to do what I did and get a flip phone. You must claw and scratch every hour you have of your day back, okay? And if you can't get it back from work or from school, you got to take it back from your free time of watching stupid crap on YouTube or playing video games. First step is a flip phone. I highly advise you guys get this. I still have mine over there. Next step is to get the Brick app for your iPhone. So what this app does, it locks every single app that you say until you scan this physical brick right here. So even if you're at the gym or something and you want to access Instagram, you're feeling bored, you can't do it unless you have this brick. So you always want to scan the brick and then go do something, go be productive, and make sure the brick is nowhere near you. That way there's a little bit of effort involved to actually get out of the Brick app, which other apps don't do. So I highly recommend this app. Next thing, here's my phone setup. This is my actual phone, except that it is in black and white. So when I screenshotted it, it didn't actually convert to black and white. It just did the color. But you want to set up like this. You want to have all of your inputs, so like ideas or content or outreach strategies or whatever you're trying to produce, you want to have notepads for these. Also, you can do Notion widgets as well. I have my editing iteration log here. And then you want just essentials. So all I have is Google Maps, Google Calendar, my Brick app, my food tracking app because I track my calories every day, Sheets, and then my note-taking, like actual Remarkable Pad app. I don't have anything else. This is my entire screen. Like there's nothing to the right, there's nothing to the left. This is my entire phone, is this right here. You must get rid of everything else. The next biggest tool that'll give you the most success, honestly, is the word no. You guys are too scared to say no. Too scared to say no to your friends who want to go out and get drunk. Too scared to say no to your family who wants you to do all this like low leverage stuff or wants you to get this job that you just hate when you just could work a separate job and be actually investing in yourself. Saying no to people who want you to go the traditional education route, even though you know that's not for you. You must say no. If you're doing a million things, you can't do the one thing. And the one thing is what actually gets you results. So this can be good stuff as well. Like I say no to some pretty big like partnerships and deals right now because I know I have to focus. And if I start doing 2-3 different things, I'm going to lose focus and I'm not going to get the results I want. So you must say no. You have to sacrifice your future. You have to sacrifice your now for the future. So say no to everything. Say no to everything except for working on your goals, which I'm going to show you how to do. The next step is the book Deep Work. Okay, you need to read this book. What this book will do is it'll show you how important deep work is. It'll teach you how to do deep work, like flow state, in focus work. And then once you read that book, you can go ahead and download my productivity tracker. And I'm gonna go ahead and open this up for us real quick. Let me see if I can do it. Here we go. Let's open it up. Basically, you can just copy this link up here. Here's like the text for it. I'll go ahead and copy it inside this Miro board just so you guys can see. If you want to grab this, go type this in your browser. If you're too lazy to do that, then you don't deserve it anyway. And here we go. So how you use this is basically we want to figure out how we can allocate our time better by also tricking your brain into viewing life as a video game. So I created this for myself 2 years ago, and it was an amazing tool, amazing. So what you do is you want to track your achievements, just like you would a video game. Every single month, track your achievements, anything big or small, doesn't matter. Track your achievements in here. Next is your daily hours. You want to track how many hours you spend every single day. So if you don't have a Notion account, make a Notion account, come up here and click duplicate and put this into your own account so you can actually edit it. Track how many hours you spend in deep work every day. So I tracked every single hour that I spent in 2022. I'm not kidding, guys. I did this. This is how I got out of the hole of working for like $1,000 a month with all my time, right? You have to claw your way out. It's not easy at the start. It gets easier as you go, but at the start, it's not easy. So what you do is after you log this for every day of the month, you come in here and log your monthly hours. That way you keep track. And so what this inspired me to do is I would want to beat my month's time every single month. I'm very competitive. I'm like a big gamer nerd. I used to be. Now I play real life and make a lot of money in the real life, which is a lot more fun than video games. And how I did this was I turned this into a video game by tracking every single thing every month. Now what this means, HLA, you'll learn about these in a second. These are your highest leverage activities. So the activities that really move the needle. So for copywriters, it would be outreach, right? Outreach is a direct representation of how much money you're going to make. So you want to track those variables each month as well, which you can do inside of the daily log. So really cool, insanely useful tool. This tool changed my life. So definitely go hit that up. Now let's go back in and present. Okay, so now that you have some time back, we've acquired some time, we've clawed, we've scratched some time back. Now, how do you use that time? How do you actually allocate it? The first step, like I said, is using that productivity tracker. That's going to help you to allocate time into deep work. But now, what do you actually do with those hours of deep work? How do you find the high leverage activities, the things that actually move the needle? Well, here we use a tool called Money Math. So all you got to do is you got to figure out what is your goal monetarily wise. So let's say that it's $10K a month, because a lot of you guys want to hit that. First, you got to figure out what is the product or service that I'm going to offer. You have to figure out what are you going to offer. You can't just say copywriting. Like, what does that mean? So in our instance, I just gave you guys examples here is $1,000 VSL and the page setup. So basically you write them a VSL, you tell them how to record it, and you set up the entire page for them, completely done for you. That could be $1,000 service that you provide. Now, how do you get people to actually buy this service? How do you find people who need this and get this to them? Well, the acquisition system for copywriters, which is the easiest, is cold email, doing outbound cold email outreaches. Now, if you're telling me, oh, KJ, I tried cold email and it doesn't work. It does work. You don't work. Your outreach sucks. Figure out how to get better. There are people doing $1 million a month with cold email. So don't tell me you can't make 10K a month. You can. Your outreach is just terrible. Go watch some of my older videos, get better at it. And yeah, I want you guys to win. And this is the harsh truth. Next is the math. So once you have an outreach system that you've set up, let's say that you send 100 outreaches and you get 4 booked calls. Now you can get way more than this, but we're just being very, very conservative here. You send 100 outreaches and you get 4% of people to actually book on calls. Let's say you close half those calls, you now get 2 clients, making you $2,000. So if you want to get to 10K a month, you need to send 500 outreaches. If we divide that by 30 days, it's 17 outreaches a day, which anyone can do. Anyone can send 17 outreaches a day to hit 10K a month. It's that simple. But you need to figure out what your product is, figure out what your system of getting clients is, and then run it, okay? Like that's what you do. So based off this money math is how you get your highest leverage activities. This is what I use for my business, guys. I use this every single day with my team, this exact structure. Now, obviously mine looks different because I have a lot more things. It's a lot more complex. And you can go see my 0 to 100K series if you want to see my entire money math setup because I go through all of it on there. But this is how you do it. This is how you find the activities that actually matter. So to do, in this example would be decide what to offer and then build a solid outreach system and then send outreach. It's not complicated, but it's hard because you have to do it for a long time. You have to just figure this stuff out. So once you've done money math, here's the next tool you want to go to. It is called the War Map. So what I'm going to do is here's a link to download your own War Map, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what mine looks like. So here is my War Map right here. We're going to go ahead and crank it open. As you can see, we start off with the dashboard. This dashboard is very macro. So this shows you an entire year perspective of what are you doing every single day. That way you know what's going on. And so for my Q3, it was to clean up team and systems, simplify product and support by building a whole other part of my product and a support team and structure, and then build High Value Outreach 2.0, which is my brand new system, which is crushing right now, crushing for our guys. If you haven't seen my Instagram, it's crazy. So now I can see what I've done. So as you can see in July, all I did was spend pretty much an entire month building the foundations course, teaching people exactly how to find and provide value as a whole so that they actually know what to do when they do get an outreach system. How to find niche, offer, all that stuff, how to create pricing, all that good stuff. And then in August, I was doing cleaning up teams and system. And then I was working on High Value Outreach 2.0, my brand new outreach system. I was building that for an entire month. Then I've been doing content creation for the past week. Now I'm back to finishing High Value Outreach 2.0 and doing some content, as you can see today. So this gives you a very macro perspective. Now, if we zoom in per the month, here's what my monthly looks like. So what I did this morning is I set up my new microphone, which hopefully sounds good. And you can see all these tasks that I do. And honestly, less is more. The less to-dos you have, the more macro you are focused, and usually the better results you're going to get. And so you can put your main objectives for the month down here. So you can see like what I'm working on right now. And as you can see, I'm doing this right now, which is work on main channel productivity video. This is what I'm doing, okay? So this is my war map. You can obviously go through each month and add the months. And then this will give you a very, very clear, it'll just give you a lot of clarity on what you're doing, okay? So very simple there. War map is insane. Go to this link to have a blank one and to start your own. Now, what else that I like to do is I use like a diagram that I learned from Charlie Morgan, which is like called the value throughput map. I'm gonna bring this down here so you guys can see it. So this is what our entire system looks like. This is what my business looks like. But my copywriters have one for their copywriting business. Okay, if you want to make money, you're running a business. You're not just a copywriter. You're an entrepreneur. You're running a business. And so you got to think, the first step is acquisition. What is every single step that goes into getting a client on a call? Here's my steps, right? Thumbnail and title, hook intro, content, link in the description, VSL page, schedule a call, thank you page, confirm the call, introduce rep or myself, right? Emails, reminders. Then here's the actual converting them on the call. So like, here's the sales call process. Here's the value delivery process, right? So here's my cheddar pile. This is how money gets in. Most importantly is that the guarantee is not triggered, right? Because we guarantee our clients results. So even though I make money, it's not mine until the guarantee is fulfilled. That's when it becomes mine because we're contractually obligated to get results. And if we don't, we have to give the money back. And so that's what a good business does. But this will help you make decisions as well. Because if you draw this map out for yourself, you now can make to-do lists based on the 3 sections of your business. And so obviously I don't have mine in here because I deleted it. I don't want you guys to see everything I'm doing. But we're doing everything that like this for our team, right? We have 3 to-do lists, one for acquisition, one for conversion, and one for value delivery. Depending on what we're working on, we work on these to-do lists separately. So really cool. This helps you go back and like choose what you actually put into the war map. Very, very important. Lastly is time systemization. This is one that people do not talk about. So what you want to do is you want to find ways to systemize getting more time and being able to work on high leverage activities and basically flywheeling this whole process. The first step is a tool that I created about 1.5 years ago called the Habit Programmer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pull this one up as well so you guys can see it because it is really cool. I've never seen anyone really do this. So here's my Habit Programmer. The link is in the Miro there. What you do is basically you want to program those high leverage activities into your day so that they happen automatically in your brain. Your brain groups these actions as a habit, and now you do them every single day without fail and effortlessly. It's actually insane. So here's how you use this tool. You want to choose 1 to 2 habits per month to install into your day. Write out the benefits of the habit, when you will perform the habit, and then the reward for completing it. Then check off every day you perform the habit. Once you hit 30 days, add the habit to the installed habit section, choose a new habit, and repeat. So what happens here is if you do something for 30 days straight, your brain will just automatically start doing it. It just knows that, hey, this is a habit. We do this a lot. Let's just make this effortlessly and let's just do it automatically. And so that's what happens. So for instance, here's an idea. Writing for 10 minutes plus a day. Obviously, I write for 6+ hours a day now, but this was like 2 years ago when I was just figuring out, I didn't even know what copywriting was. I was just talking about writing content. So here's the benefits of this habit. Mental clarity, creativity, skill of value creation, and influence. Guys, you were reading what I wrote 2 years ago and it has come to fruition. How crazy is that? I was writing 10 minutes a day, trying to learn how to make content that helps people, and here you are watching a video 2 years later that is helping you, right? It's just crazy, all because I did this. So what you do is you want to duplicate this Notion page and then create this for yourself. And so track every day. So I would write every day for 30 days. If you miss a day, don't worry about it. Just the next day you do it, check it off, okay? So once you hit 30 days, you can count that habit as installed. So you can add it up here to your installed habits and then choose the next habit. This will allow you to start stacking things like crazy and making success literally effortlessly. I'm not even joking, guys. If you're wondering, I make these videos as a part of my day every single day. This is how I make so much content, is because it happens automatically. My brain knows. I've like beaten my brain into submission that we're going to do these things that help me succeed, whether it likes it or not. And so if you want to copy this, you can just type this into your browser there. You should be fine. So now, once you have these habits chosen and installed, you want to add them to your Google Calendar. So here's like, if you're not using Google Calendar, I don't know what you're doing, bro. You're just wasting time. And so here's like a section a day out of my Google Calendar. I have everything planned out. So you see, I go to the gym from 6 to 7:15 every single day, every weekday, okay? Then I Bible and journal for 15 minutes after the gym. Then I do content for like 2.5 hours. I'm either writing or editing or recording, whatever it may be. Then I have like a copy lead time where I just check on all Q&A in my group. I say what up to the guys, introduce new people, just hang out in there for a while. Then I go for a walk if I have extra time after that. Then I'll do content for another hour. Then I eat lunch. Then I work on team stuff, meet with the team, do whatever, sales team meetings, all that good stuff. And then I think for 2 hours. I still think for 2 hours, guys, because this is what makes me money. If you don't want to make money with your physical body working on a house or digging holes, how else are you going to make money? It's with this, with your mind. So if you're not thinking for at least 2 hours a day, how are you going to catch up to people like me who are, right? And then I have a coaching call with my group, like an hour a day on Mondays and Wednesdays. So that is like my kind of normal Monday schedule. So plan out your day in Google Calendar, okay? And set reminders on your phone and keep it on your phone and you'll be good to go. The last step people do not talk about at all is you need to create resources and standard operating procedures. So I learned this before I even learned copywriting. Back when I was an editor, I understood that, hey, if I do this one effect, instead of doing the effect over and over again, I could create a preset. And now every single time I need that effect, I just drag the preset on, saving me 45 seconds every time I do it. But if I do it 10 times every hour, that saves me a lot of time. And you can do this with your entire life. And then you can just hire people to run your SOPs. So here's my Instagram post SOP. In case you guys don't know, my little brother actually makes my Instagram posts. Here's a system that he follows. Like I built this and he follows it to a T. So he finds an idea or concept to talk about from our resource pool, which has all the content that I've created on my YouTube, Twitter, everything. Like all my resources, all the things that I write are in here. So he takes them and makes posts. Here's how he structures the post. Here's how he talks about like the body. Here's the call to action. We gave him a template. So he has a template in Photoshop that he literally just copies and posts his post in here and it's done. So we created this template once and now he can save hours every single week. Also, we have a template here for doing the tweet version. We have a tweet version of our Instagram post as well. So this is just one SOP in our massive database of SOPs. Here's another one for thumbnails, right? We've given this to our editor. He makes the thumbnails. Like here's exactly how to do it. We gave him a video tutorial. We gave him every single step-by-step instructions on exactly how to make these things. And I made this once and now it saves me hours a week just for making this one time. And so now what does that do? It gives me more time allocation or time acquisition. Now I have more time to then allocate it even better, to then systemize it even further and then repeat over and over and over again. So this is the flywheel that I have done to get up to 60K a month. And Lord willing, I mean, I could die tomorrow. It's all in God's hands. But if God continues to give me the energy that I have and the clarity that he's given me mentally, this is just the beginning, right? It's going to be much higher than this in the future. Because I leverage these tools and I spin this flywheel by getting more time, using my time more wisely, and then systemizing whatever that time wisely function was to then go do something else, having more time to do something more wisely. Like I'm just gaining leverage every single step. If you're not doing this, you're missing out. If you learned something, let me know in the comments. If you didn't learn something, then I'm sorry, I failed you. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys later.